All right, welcome to Trends on Thursdays, where I tell you about the trends I discussed with my clients this week. This week, I'll talk about blocked websites, content marketing, Chick-Fil-A, and stories ads. First up, Chrome is by far the most popular web browser and accounts for over 70% of all desktops out there. So when Google makes an announcement about blocking things, we tend to pay attention. So here it is. Chrome will start blocking sites with mixed content, meaning secure, non-secure, on the same page, starting in December and then disabling the unwise Show Me Anyway option in January. Especially older sites sometimes have no SSL certificate and they're marked unsafe or they're upgraded half-heartedly and still have some resources that are insecure. Well, that could mean you're about to miss out on 70% of traffic that could be coming your way, even if you happen to be found, because the penalty on your search results is already tremendous. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you know your site isn't secure, you're not alone. According to the Hosting Tribunal, 21% of even the Alexa top 100,000 websites don't use SSL. But like my mom used to say, even if everyone else is jumping off the bridge, are you going to jump too? Ironically, I did bungee jump when I was 18, so yes, I will jump off a bridge. Regardless, we just revamped a website for a client a couple of weeks ago, and adding SSL certs and making it mobile friendly increased traffic by ×3 already. And by the way, the cost is nowhere near as much as the traffic you're missing out on. Next, content marketing isn't easy, but it does pay off in the long run. According to a study by Kapost, like kaput and post had a baby. Anyways, their study shows that content marketing has a lower upfront cost because you're producing content, not paying for ads. But in the long run, it also outperforms paid advertising by over ×3. The trick is, of course, having something to talk about, which is why the more experienced players are most likely to use content as the center of their marketing strategy. And only 1/3 of brands have a content strategy, which is why there's still room to start publishing now. Your competition, no matter if it's B2B or B2C, is probably doing very little, or even worse, they're doing it and you're just thinking about it. I've said it before, there's a lot of movement in many established industries in the coming years, and we've only seen the beginning. Many of the companies that don't bother understanding the ins and outs of content marketing and strategy will simply be out of business in 5 years. Next up, as much as Chick-Fil-A fans love their drive-thru experience, it isn't the fastest. Actually, it's the slowest with an average of 322.98 seconds. The fastest is Dunkin' with 216.75 seconds. Interestingly, most people that love Chick-fil-A will tell you that it's the most organized and pleasant experience on the planet, but that may have more to do with the friendly yes and thank you ma'am service than the fact that it's actually fast. The biggest lesson here is that if I'm happy with the service, the wait doesn't seem so bad. We've probably all been there. You get bad service and a great product, or the other way around. We're usually willing to forgive the bad product if the service is right on, because guess what? People over things. Now, a bad server can ruin the greatest meal because, again, people over things. Customer service and experience is hugely important when it comes down to business. So much so that when we're faced with a business that has problems with both departments, we're usually focusing on service first. Don't get me wrong, they both should be right, but having great people work for you goes a long way, and ultimately they can usually figure out how to fix the product quickly. One more, Messenger has 1.3 billion users and 20 billion messages a month are sent between people and businesses. Since there's only about 40 million businesses on Messenger, that bodes well for those who are willing to make the jump. Matter of fact, Messenger is the second most popular app in the Apple App Store, to be outdone only by the flagship Facebook app itself. Having said that, Facebook loves to tie their products together. WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram messages are expected to merge in the near future. Now, stories ads on Facebook, Insta, and Messenger can be targeted to click directly into Messenger, starting a conversation. We've seen great results with stories on Instagram because they basically cause conversations to happen, and this is now possible paid across all platforms, and the results should be off the chain. We're actually going to run some of these this weekend for a client, and I am stoked. I might report back sometime soon. Anyways, that's it for this week's Trends on Thursdays. I'll be back Monday with my thoughts, of course. Until then, I'm Tobias Wilhelm.